How's it going, lads? Marshall here. Welcome yourselves back to another review. I don't know why I say that. I always say welcome yourselves. Hey, welcome from me to you back to another reviewer. And today, got another future star. It is Mr. William Saliba, who I believe is on loan from Arsenal. So the future, well, he's got potential in terms of football ability. So potentially the future of Arsenal's defence? Who knows? We're going to review him today, see how good he is. And of course, he is at Marseille right now. The French centre-back comes with a lot of links within that league, including a perfect link into Matteo Guendouzi. Again, a former Arsenal player as well. But guys, we're going to review him today. He does cost a lot. I'm going to tell you that straight up. And the price will pop on the screen in about 10 seconds. It cost a lot, boys. It cost a lot. I'm not kind of gonna shy away from that or anything like that. It cost a lot of coins, so just watch out for that. He's 6'4", an absolute giant of a man with medium-high work rates, which for a centre-back, it's basically perfect, isn't it? You want him to hold that defensive line with the medium highs. They definitely do that. His price right now, you can see it on the left-hand side of your screen. You know, it's 260 to 280. The 260 is literally the minimum right now in terms of value. So I'm talking about the cards that you got to put in, the 85 teams and stuff like that. It's the value of the cards. You might have untradeable, but that is the total value of the SBC. So again, you look at that, you think the bare minimum 260. The maximum right now is 280. Will that drop over time? Who knows? It might not. It's just the way the market goes, isn't it? But I kind of compared him to a lot of centre-backs in Ligue 1. That Jallo, lads, the Portuguese centre-back, is about 220, 230. So I potentially believe they have based the pricing for Saliba from Jallo, the centre-back. That's where I think the pricing is coming from. Still for an SBC, I still think it's quite high. But is he an endgame centre-back? That's what we're going to find out today. 3-star weak foot, 2-star skills, right foot primarily, defensive stats to the kazoo. You know what I'm saying? Look at these stats. They're crazy. I used the shadow chem star. A lot of people might say, well, why not just use Anchor? Would have boosted the aggression, the jumping, the strength. Honestly, for someone that's 6'4", he doesn't need those, lads. He doesn't need those. The aggression would have been nice. He does not need the strength. He does not need the jumping. So I thought, you know what, that'd be a little bit less beneficial than giving them the maximum pace boost and max out nearly every single defensive stat he's got, which is unbelievable. He's got 81 acceleration, 85 sprint speed, plus 10 on both of them, take it to 91, 95. So he could be quite rapid again. Given he's height 6'4", he could have that massive leg span to basically run. By the way, guys, I'm watching Aston Villa versus Leeds. It's 1-1 right now. If my head keeps turning like that, it's because the game's on. I like football, I like watching football. In terms of passing, he's got the bare minimums. Well, actually, he's got better than the bare minimums for a centre-back. He's got a decent amount of vision at 77. Short pass is sensational at 88. And the long pass is 84. Don't do anything extravagant. He does lack the curve. Dribbling-wise, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's not the greatest in the world. His composure is sensational. Agility, for his size, by the way, that's not bad whatsoever. Balance is good as well. Reactions through the roof. And that's what you need for centre-back as well. Reactions, composure. I like a little bit of ball control, simply because if the ball comes flying across the area, they can control it. And it won't bounce like 10 ways to Sunday. Defending stats are crazy. I mean, you've seen that. You've seen his physicals as well. By the way, his defending stats, a lot goes to 99. Interceptions go from 90 to 99. Defensive awareness goes from 1995. Stand tackle goes to 99 from 90. Slide tackle, 95 from 85. So there's no doubt about it. This guy's a top tier defender. It's just whether he's worth those coins. And of course, this guy can be a potent threat from corner kicks. He's got the power-headed traits. And of course, he's a gargantuan of a man. He's 6'4" with 90 jumping. How can this guy not win headers? Lads, let's get in the gameplay. CV. Oh, Villa's just went 2-1 up. 2-1 Aston Villa. There we have it. Coutinho's having a mad one yet again, by the way. Coutinho is insane. I think Jacob Ramsey just scored, but Coutinho, oh, what a player. Give that Barcelona Coutinho an Aston Villa version. I want to have him in the Premier League, man. Guys, let's get in the gameplay. So here we go then, lads. I was just watching that replay there. Coutinho turned his man in the midfield like he wasn't even attending the match. He wasn't even in the stadium. He wasn't even there whatsoever. Coutinho is a special, special player. And what I will say about Saliba, you see what I did there? Transition from football to a video game. But yeah, Saliba for me on this game is a top-tier centre-back. A top-tier centre-back. I couldn't personally find any major defensive issues with this card. So amongst the cons and the pros that you see on the left-hand side, you'll see all those X's with a dash next to it, because honestly, I couldn't find anything that stands out defensively that will affect the card majorly. Now, you could say, how is he finishing? No, comment, it's 30. Dude, he's not a striker, he's a centre-back. Who cares what his finishing is? If I could critique anything, potentially the ball control. Obviously, his agility's not bad to turn. On the ball, it's going to be very, very bad. But again, you don't want your centre-backs to be dribbling the entire length of the pitch. Unless like, you're Kazooie or something like that and you like 5-star skills. The thing is, he does the bare minimum really, really well. He wins the ball back, and then you just can go on your attack, because he's an imposing centre-back. I think I said this earlier as well. With actually a strong link to this card, Shumeni. I reviewed Shumeni on the channel earlier on, and I was thinking, whilst reviewing Saliba, in the game, Shumeni is an imposing player. It's very hard to get past him. Very hard to get past him in midfield. And I'm thinking, like, Saliba's almost like a top-tier imposing centre-back. Like, it's very hard to get past him. On this game, you come against the likes of Rafa Varane, right? I just want to see, by the way, I'm going to compare it on my screen right now, so I don't use anything else. Height-wise, yeah, Rafa Varane's 6'3", less agility, less balance, less dribbling, and Saliba's 6'4" with more agility, more balance, more dribbling. It's crazy. It's crazy. This card is actually sensational when it does come down to stats. It's just whether that does translate in the game. Obviously, Varane, exceptionally high priced. The Premier League tax does come into that. And I think this year especially, the making League On, defenders anyways, quite costly. You've seen the 85 cost in the Whitney wildcards. He was highly priced at the same time, and everyone was like, you can just get Kimpembe for a lot cheaper, and I still see a lot of courses floating around. Personally, I didn't complete the course for SBC, but I do see him around all the time when I'm playing games, foot champs, rivals, etc. I see a lot of courses in teams, and I think this guy's going to be the same. I think a lot of people will aim for this card, and if they do have him, you're going to struggle to get past him. He's a top tier centre-back, man. I want to know from you guys though, do you reckon his value? Do you reckon his value? I'm going to discuss it in the summary anyways. I just want to go over his pros before we do get into something. Great block there by the defender as well. What I will say, defensive positioning, utterly outrageous. Those medium-high work rates come in clutch. His interception stats, he knows where to place himself on the pitch. Even his defensive awareness, 90+5, happy days. I'll take that every single day of the week. Tackling, I mean, you've seen in the backgrounds, he tackles really well, and he retains the possession the majority of the time as well. Turns there, I get very lucky, I passed it forward and it passed sideways once it did hit the deflection. But this guy is a top tier centre-back on this game, with 0 pros, defensively anyways. What we're going to do now, boys, is jump in to the summary, give you my overall thoughts on William Saliba. I'll give you my thoughts on the value as well. Lads, let's get in the summary. So here we go, lads, into the summary. Like I was saying just before as well, I was comparing Saliba and Rafa Varane, so I'm actually going to do that straight away. You can see him, you should be able to see the stats. I just need to check that as well, because this face cam, we actually can't see the pace. So I'll tell you guys the pace as well. This face cam actually, it got a bit bigger. I got a brand new made, this overlay, but the face cam's a little bit bigger for some reason. The comparison. So defensive and physicals, they go in Varane's favour. Not by much on the physical. Dribbling, Saliba, but again, he's 6'4". Even though Varane's 6'3", they're quite similar in that aspect. As Aston Villa go 3-1 up, man, that took control of this match. Leeds could be slipping down the table tonight, boys. Which I don't like to see. My dad was a Leeds fan, so I've got like an affiliation at Leeds as well. So I want to see Leeds stay in the Prem. Obviously Newcastle as well. Great game last night, but I don't like to see Leeds not do well. So they start this game on fire. Took a 1-0 lead, and then they've just capitulated, boys. 3-1 down, away at Villa, and that's not even half-time yet. But yeah, comparison-wise, they're quite similar heights as well, same work rates, and would I say it like Saliba's on Varane's level? I wouldn't. Varane, for me, is a better centre-back, It could be the pace that he's got, but honestly, you compare stats between the two, there's not too much differential there with a chem style. So I'm going to say, plus in the dribbling category as well, where if you make a mistake as a defender, you want to turn quickly, you want to kind of close them down, stuff like that, you can probably do it a little bit easier with Saliba from time to time. He's got higher agility, higher balance, and what's it, higher dribbling as well, but obviously some of that doesn't matter. What matters there, like stat-wise, is reactions, composure. Agility is important for me with a centre-back because I defend aggressively. If you don't care about that stat. Ball control matters for me as well if the defender gets behind the fullback and does one of those R1, X or A, or RBA, whatever you want to say, and drills a driven pass across the box, because those can go anywhere. Especially if your defender doesn't have good ball control, because if they don't and they take a touch on the driven pass, it could set up the striker for a tap-in. You don't want that. You don't want that. But overall, Saliba's a very, very good centre-back, and we're going to discuss him right about now. So in 3, 2, 1, kabam! I needed a catchphrase for that, don't I? But anyways, you see the rating right below me right now. The big number is the overall rating. He's getting a 9.2 from myself, lads. I do see him as a top-tier centre-back, one of the better ones as well in Ligue 1. One of the better ones. Marquinhos' team of the year is better than this card in my personal opinion. I don't think there's any doubts there. Kimpembe can still compete at this stage in the game, Kimpembe. It is what it is with Kimpembe. He actually might get an in. No, he didn't get an inform, did he? When did he score? Was that the weekend or was that early in the... I'm not too sure. Kimpembe. Obviously, people see his price and think, well, I'll just stick with Kimpembe. If you want to do that, by all means do that. I'm just giving you my opinion on this card. In comparisons price-wise to Kimpembe, obviously you choose the cheaper one if you want to kind of go that route. But if you want a player to aim for that's a special card, that's got great stats, potentially an endgame centre-back as well. Honestly, he's a fantastic centre-back. It's just, I don't think he's that valuable in terms of an SBC right now. So that's where I kind of get stumped on that kind of question. I've been debating it for quite some time. Probably the reason this review will be up a little bit after 9 PM, because I've been thinking about his price for quite some time, and I'll get to why in just a second. His enjoyment will be an 8.0. I mean, enjoyment-wise with this card, he's not going to do anything spectacular. He's going to do the efficient things very, very well, and that's what I like about the cards. So I just want to kind of compare price, touch base with the centre-backs within that division. So you got Marquinhos, not even his team of the year. He's got his team of the year at 1.34 million. He's got his UCL card at like 640. That's pretty expensive, isn't it? Sergio Ramos, he's better than Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos is actually really, it's like aggressive centre-back on this game. And then you've got the other Marquinhos, that's 320. So that is cheaper than that Marquinhos. But again, if you compare the stats, that Marquinhos is better defending, and he's not even SBC. Then you got Inform Marquinhos, the exact same price as... actually, it's more. How is that more than... I don't know. I don't know anymore. You got the 88 as well, down at 176. So actually, a lot of people might go for that one over Saliba. But the thing is, I believe Saliba... Is it Saliba or Saliba? I'm not too sure. I do apologise. But judging by the prices I've given the past for some of these SBCs, yeah, like Dante, when he first came out, everyone was like, no. It was over 100k, and that's why people were like, I'm not too sure right there. By the way, Leeds 3-2. Who scored that one? How's Dan James getting ahead of there, mate? Dan James is like 2 foot tall. How is he getting ahead of him in front of 2 6-foot+ centre-backs? That is mental. And then you've got Cotter as well, over 100k SBC too. But I think they've priced it off Thiago Jallo of Lille. And I don't know why they've done that. Tradable is 226 and Saliba is 263 right now. Honestly, his price is changing all the time as well. But I'm giving him a 7.6 in that category. I believe if it's one that you want to go after, you want to sort after, you want to get, he's not going to let you down. But if you don't want this card, I don't believe you'll be missing out. That's why I'm kind of stuck with this card. I'm sorry I'm going on rambles and taking this video longer. You guys, the adverts. I put the same amount of adverts in every video, boys. It's basically automatic at this point. But no extra adverts, guaranteed. I just want to talk about this point, about the pricing, because I don't know. If you do this SBC, you'll enjoy the card for the rest of the game. There's no doubt about that. He gets a great link into Rafa Varane. So does Costa. You've got to keep in mind the other defenders within that league as well. It's just he's a very effective centre-back. Honestly, if he was out 200k, maybe 180, fair play, fair play. I think he's a little overpriced, and that's what dragged the price rating down for myself. I don't know. It's a difficult one. So I want to see from you as well in the comment section below. What rating are you giving William Saliba? Saliba. I'm not too certain. I do apologise if I've got his name wrong. Let me know the correct pronunciation in the comment section below and your thoughts on the price. You can have thoughts on the ability. You can have thoughts on the enjoyment. But most importantly, give me the thoughts on the price. Because that's what tripped me up this entire reviewing process. And I'm not too certain on the 7.6. For me, it could either be 6.6, 7.6 or 8.6. And it's that kind of spectrum. It's uncertainty from myself. And that's the only thing I'm uncertain on, by the way. 9.2, top tier centre back. 8.0, enjoyment. I mean, he does the easy things well. That's enjoyable in itself. But he's not going to like rainbow flick the entire 11 of your opponents. It's the value that's tripping me up. But thank you very much for joining me tonight for this brand new review on Saliba. Guys, if you are guys. Oh yeah, guys, if you are guys, like the review. And basically, if you enjoyed, lads, make sure you like the review. Drop a comment in the comment section below as well. Subscribe. Turn the notification bells on. You've got to say so much for YouTube these days, don't you? Subscribe, notification bell, drop a comment, share the video, like the video. Guys, do what you want. Hope you had a good day. We'll catch you in the next one, boys.